All right, awesome, man. So break that down for us. Kind of show us what you're doing. Give us sort of a rundown of how, how that works.
Yeah, absolutely. So there's a couple ingredients that you have to know. Number one, you've got to listen through and kind of get the melody. So you need to be da 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 da. That's the bare bones basic part of it. So that's kind of the basic gist. You'll notice that I'm using my middle finger for a lot of that. I really like the slide in this. I think it makes a really nice smooth thing. It makes it a little fancier than if you're just plucking the note. And you'll see I'm actually doing a drone note on the A string and the D string on this. And I actually did a hammer-on to my C shape. That was a C chord, so I'm doing the top half of a C chord. And then I just slid the whole thing up 2 frets. And then resolve back to the G in that kind of formation just by moving my middle finger to my ring finger with a hammer-on. And I've got a backward slide to take it back to my G shape right here. Okay, and then that repeats. And on the A minor section, I reached up with my pinky to get back to the G. I used that the G note right there, just because that's the finger I had loose, right? And then back to the beginning. And you'll notice the second time around, I did that double pedal kind of thing, just to add a little pulse to it, just to add, flavor it up just a tiny bit, but not overcomplicate that. It's not anything new. It's just a little pulse. So the difficult part, the challenge to you on this version, is to get those strums in. And what I want you to think about is the chicka strum. So we're going to do boom, chicka. Okay? So what this looks like on the slide So we're just inserting them wherever there's a long pause. Okay, and there's a couple notes where there isn't a long pause, so we just play those as all downstrokes. Okay, so that's something that you can work on much, much slower. The key is you've got to know the melody. You have to know the melody. That's the absolute starting point. And then you have to be aware of what chord you're playing so that you're doing the right thing with your left hand. But for the most part, the melody is based on those chords. I've shaped them into a place where you can strum a lot of notes and not hit any wrong ones. That's the other secret of this. If you're playing, for instance, a C shape, right, you've got 4 notes right there that you can't play a wrong note. It's not possible. They're all correct. It may not be the one you were after, but they're all correct. So it's a little bit of a low impact, low fear kind of way to play. And since you're playing rhythm and you're keeping that driving through, it makes it more interesting for everybody listening. And it's a great way to self-accompany. If you're a singer-songwriter, this is a great way, outside of bluegrass, this is a great way to accompany yourself, take a little solo, play something a little extra on what you're doing with the chord shapes you already know. So the trick is to find the melody, then figure out where the holes are in the melody and do your chicka and then come right back to it. And that's kind of the core component of this whole Maybelle style. You can check in some of the listening examples that I posted in the forum that we're going to meet on the Influences Day. There's one of Maybelle playing a couple of bits of a song that are just, it's fantastic. It's so simple, but it's absolutely beautiful.